Good morning. Welcome to a spiritual reflection today from Deborah's Tree of the Reverend Rosalind Taylor. Very happy to be spending some time with you this morning. So let's set aside whatever's cluttering up your mind for this morning. Take a moment of meditation. And with a clear and focused mind, let's spend some time together to start the day thinking about how we pray for things that we want and need, like help in times of trouble or for blessings in our relationships or ways to make our dreams turn into reality. But this morning, I just want to focus on praying for other people. The Word and also Swedenborgian theology talk about this kind of prayer as well as the kind of prayer where you can ask and receive, as we looked at a few weeks ago. So I'm going to start with Genesis 25, verse 21. Isaac prayed to the divine on behalf of his wife because she was childless. The divine answered his prayer and his wife Rebecca became pregnant. Here's another one about praying for other people, and it comes from 1 Kings chapter 8. But will God really dwell on earth? The heavens, even the highest heaven, cannot contain you. How much less this temple I have built? Yet give attention to your servant's prayer and his plea for mercy, O divine. Hear the cry and the prayer that your servant is praying in your presence this day. May your eyes be open toward this temple night and day, this place of which you said my name shall be there, so that you will hear the prayer your servant prays toward this place. And then right at the end of the Bible in Revelation chapter 5. And when he had taken it, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. Each one had a harp, and they were holding golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of the Divine One's people. Arcana Celestia 2535, one of the books written by Swedenborg, explains a little bit about praying for other people. He will pray for you means that it will thus be revealed. This is clear from the meaning of praying. Regarded in itself, prayer is talking to the divine and at the same time some inner view of the things that are being prayed for. Answering to this, there is something akin to an influx or an inflow into the perception or thought of the person's mind, which brings about a certain opening of their internals towards the divine. But this experience varies according to the person's state and according to the essence of whatever they are praying for. If their prayer springs from love and faith, something like a revelation is present within their prayer, which manifests itself in the affection of the one praying, in the form of hope and comfort or some inward joy. That last quote from Swedenborg is quite well known in Swedenborgian circles about prayer being conversation with God, conversation with the Divine One. And sometimes, as I mentioned earlier, we're praying for things that we want, effects that we want to see in our lives or in our relationships. But sometimes we really sincerely have a hope and a prayer for somebody else's well-being, for their health, for situations to turn around in them. And we can have a conversation with the divine about that. And we can know that the divine hears and listens. We know that biblically, and we know that also from Swedenborgian theology, that those prayers are heard not necessarily in the way that we think that they're heard, not necessarily the words that we're saying, but the affection, the meaning, the motivation, what our heart is really desiring is the conversation that we're having with the divine. So for our meditation for this morning, think of a prayer for someone else or a situation outside of yourself. Take a moment to formulate that prayer in your mind. As you hold that prayer or intention in your mind, picture the person being blessed by whatever you've prayed for, or the situation being turned around in the way that you're praying for. Picture how that looks. And now open your mind to receive hope and comfort, or some kind of inward joy in connection to what you have prayed for. Open your mind to that hope or comfort or inward joy. And now my prayer for you is that you can take that hope or comfort or inward joy into your day today and into the week ahead. Be blessed.